Alright, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of your beloved America, which according to the Bible is known as Babylon, or the daughter of Babylon specifically. With that being said, we're going to say blessings to the elect, all your brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity, enduring this truth and sincerity, sharpening iron, and increasing the acumen. And with that being said, I'm going to say double honor to the apostles of GMS. Okay, and all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And as you know, we all know we already did a lesson on it, but this is a slight continuation of it. You know, for the masses to hear, is basically going over that universal gay marriage in America. You know what I'm saying? Because this America is Babylon. All right, but on this tip, it's mainly towards our people, because that's the main ones who jumping and raving about it, okay?
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of mine, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit.
Yeah, that's right. They take a counsel, but not of the Most High, okay? And take a covering, but not in the Most High Spirit, because in the Most High Spirit, which is the Bible, that's the covering. You will say you love the Lord, or you deal with the Most High and His Son, and you read out of the King James Bible or whatnot, or whatever Bible, but you believe that the God of Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You believe in that same power, but you don't cover with the same covering. All right, which is the scriptures, man. All right. Boiling on down to it, okay?
That they may add sin to sin.
That's why they want to do it, because if you get into the scriptures, it's going to clearly tell you that if a man lie with another man, that's an abomination, he shall be surely put to death. So basically, you want your cake and eat it too. You niggas want to roam around and do what you want to do, but at the same time, you want the Most High. When Yahushua come back, you want Him to save you. Okay? But it don't work like that. It may work like that with man, but it don't work like that with the Most High, because the Most High is a spirit. Okay? So therefore, you don't understand the Most High's judgment. Alright? Go ahead.
That they walk to go down unto Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth.
Yeah, they walk to go down to Egypt. What is Egypt? Egypt, the modern day Egypt is America, not the Egypt going back into the ancient Egypt, the actual land. Okay, why do we say Egypt is America? Because the word Egypt goes back to the definition goes back to the word bondage. Okay, and this place was historically known for bondage, and it's still known for bondage, based off the Social Security system. Okay, so America is basically Egypt. It's a place of bondage, a place of slavery. Okay?
Follow all the same guys. Put up Egyptian buildings.
Yeah, there's obelisk. They pull up the obelisk. Yeah. They got the pyramid on the back of the dollar. Okay? If America's America and they're a standalone nation, why do you got an Egyptian pyramid on the back of your dollar? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have Roman pillars all over the place? Because you ain't nothing but a leech towards society, but the main leech who you leech off is the main three is Rome, Babylon, and Egypt. You know, and Sodom and Gomorrah is just the dessert. You know.
Like a remix.
Yeah.
Oh, he has all the.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I'm the Lord, the Most High, thy God, or thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Yeah, Egypt is known as the house of bondage. All right, and that's what America is a house of bondage. All right, it may not be a house of bondage for the rich elite, but it is for the lower class, even the so-called white man that's of the lower class. But it's really, the house of bondage is really intended for the negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? We're the ones that are at the bottom, okay? And the Most High, And the Most High is the only one that's going to bring us out. And the so-called white man's going to try his best to make sure that he can stop that, but he can't. Okay, that's a known fact.
Yeah, if I can say something, even when you go into the word Egypt, it goes to the Hebrew word matazawar, which means siege. You know what I'm saying? So what happens during siege is like, pretty much bondage. Or how it's going to be in the near future is going to be martial law. You know what I'm saying?
It says, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and has not asked at my mouth.
Yeah, that's right. The Most High did not approve for our people to live among in the American way. The Most High did not approve of our people being homosexuals, okay, or encouraging laws, because America has its own agenda. They may front and tell you that it's for freedom, but like I said the other day, that the same thing that they're sitting there saying, they give homosexuals rights, but hey, Jake, our people are still getting shot down, right? You know what I'm saying? You got a real problem at hand. The homosexuals ain't getting shot down. Our people are getting shot down. But what our people are clapping and flipping for, okay? For homosexual rights and sodomitish rights. All right? And that's against the Bible, okay? That's clearly against the Bible. Cold cut. But you jumping and praising it, man. That's an embarrassment. Okay?
Yeah, the precept. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Yeah, that ain't nothing but a reincarnation. We ain't doing nothing but reenacting that situation that this precept the brother's pulling out. Is because there's our people that are saying, because if you say anything against gay rights and homosexual rights, people look at you crazy. That's the same people saying, let's go and make a covenant with the heathen. Because if you speak out against it, like if you watch the news and you or you're on World Star or whatever, and you see a celebrity saying the celebrity comes out and speaks about the gay agenda, you know for a fact he ain't speaking down on it. Because if he do, he's going to lose whatever job he has, man. So how much freedom is that? That you're not able to express your free opinion. You know, America has a gay agenda. It has a communist agenda. Okay, whether they front it or not, it's what the results are. They may say you can live the American dream. No, you got to be a certain way. Okay, you got to act a certain way in order to succeed in America, man. And at the end of the day, it's basically being a demon, man. Okay?
Remember, Roy Hibbert, he said pause, and they got on him for that.
Yeah, we got on them for that. Manny Pacquiao said homosexuals are abomination. Then he turns around and he had to retract the statement. You know?
They back up real quick once everybody starts getting on them.
Yeah, yeah. So it ain't about freedom, it's about the so-called white man's agenda, man. You know, not only do it thou wilt, but it's uniting everything from sex to race. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. Sex, race,
Religion.
yeah, religion. Okay, finances. Okay, they're trying to unite all that, man. And ultimately, it's gonna lead toward the one world government, man. And what people say, oh, just let them, you know what I'm saying? Let them do what they're gonna do. Let it happen. Let it be. What you mean? Let it be? You're not supposed to let nothing like that be. Okay, you gotta speak out and you gotta stand for something, man. Our people don't want to stand for nothing because you're scared of the repercussions of the so-called white man. Okay? But then you like to praise, which we don't give a damn about, but you like to praise Martin Luther King's, your Malcolm X's. Okay? And what's the Native American guy? They took his head, man. You know what I'm saying? But they praise these people that they uprose in rebellions, the Tea Party. Okay? But then when it's time, when it's your turn for rebellion and your turn to getting the social things in order, what you do, you just shut your mouth and just let it happen, ass nigga, man. You know? here it is. You got the Boston, you know, the Baltimore riots and all that, man. You got your mom out there slapping you on the head, trying to get you from going out there, man. That's some old coon shit, man. And you ain't even, and the crazy thing is, you're not even doubting yourself. You're not even in shame for doing that. Okay? Just like I was talking about this other movie where I seen in the scene where they had the old boy, when they had the whole black family hacked up out of these two Edomites, and it was full-blown racist. You know what I'm saying? It was a funny ass scene. Yeah, Geronimo. It was a funny ass scene with Samuel, not Samuel. What's his name, man? Danny Glover. He was trying to persuade him into. He was trying to negotiate with him, and the Edomite woman was like, "Don't let him nigger you," you know. Like I was dying laughing. I'm like, that's the first, you know, that's some racist shit. You know, you made a whole turn into the word nigger. Don't let him nigger you, you know. But at the end of the day, they had the young buck Jake that was he was ready for war, man. And when he tried to get the upper hand on them Edomites, before he actually got in a position to put the knife behind the woman's neck, the Jake's sister yells out, "Oh, he has a knife." And then the young buck ended up getting shot by Esau, man. And she talking about, "What you want me to do? I gotta make sure my kids are okay." So that story is an example. That's like in the middle, you know what I'm saying? Segueing in both ways from slavery, man. Okay, from financial aid, not financial aid, Social Security and Section 8 and food stamps. Talking about you gotta take care of your kids. Well, just send your kids to the dad. If he gonna pay for everything, you might as well just give it to him. According to the Bible, that's why I say you run to Egypt, because according to the Bible, when you get a divorce, you're supposed to give everything to the man, and you're gonna lead the world on your own. Okay? But you run to Egypt because Egypt gives you power. Women don't have the honor to say, you know what? No, I don't want all that, because that's against the Bible. Okay? Y'all not gonna sit there and say, no, I'm not gonna vote for gay rights, or not even blatantly stand out and say it and say that's against the Bible, because society is not gonna like you, man. Okay? It's gonna be hard for you to get a job. You know, here it is. I was at my job, and we sitting there in the class doing a little training session, and you know, we got these Edomites. They're clearly with us. You know what I'm saying? But they're talking that I don't like Hispanics and I don't like the gospel channel. I hate the gospel channel and this and that. You can freely say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if I say I don't like the gay channel, you know what I'm saying? They got to have some type of gay channel. I don't like that gay channel. Like, and they're like, what's wrong with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't come out and say nothing at that. But they can come out and disrespect the Most High in the scriptures. Okay? Y'all can sit here, shoot up the Bible. You can talk down on the Bible, but we can't openly talk down on the American agenda, which is homosexual rights. We can't talk about war. Okay? We can't talk about how they're bombing innocent people and all other kind of bullshit, man. You know why? Because America is protecting itself. It ain't about freedom. It's about their agenda. The one world order, man. The new world order. Okay?
Isaiah 5:20, woe to them that call evil good and good evil.
Yeah, and that's America down to a T. You call fucking another man, or sword fighting, or a woman laying with another woman, you call that good. You call that love. That's not love, that's self-hate. But you call us, what we're doing, you call us what we're doing, you say that's self-hate. You know? What we're doing that is good is reproving our people and correcting our people's ways. Alright? Y'all call that self-hate. But then when you see a flaming faggot out here, you know, male or female, y'all call that love. Ain't that love? That's not love. That's not love for life. Life is when you see a plant and it's choking itself and it eventually will not grow to be anything, you know, or you see another thing, like it's like pruning a tree. You gotta cut that tree up. You know what I'm saying? That's basically damaging it to make it better. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. But y'all saying why? Basically, we're pruning the tree, we're trimming the edges. You know what I'm saying, to make sure it grow right. Y'all saying you practicing hate. You practicing hate toward a tree, like when our ultimate goal is to make it grow better. Y'all just want the tree to grow everywhere. The branches eventually gonna get rolled over by a tree, or a wire gonna get in the way, and the whole tree will die, man. Okay? And hey, guess what? The Most High is pruning us. He prunes us, man. It's another word for prune is to purge. You know? That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Go ahead.
Back in the rest of the first Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we had much sorrow.
Yeah, that's in the time of the Maccabees, which was like a little bit after the time of King Alexander, Alexander the Great. What was happening is that was basically the rise of the so-called white man. You know, starting from the returning rise, which started with Alexander the Great. And then it went over to Antiochus, the Ptolemies, the Seleucids, I believe the Cassander. I messed the other one up. Who's it? Cassander?
Yeah,
Lysimachus.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so for the herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Yeah, they were so forward. You niggas are so, y'all got your head so far up America's ass, as applying it to this time, your head so far up America's ass, you went to the White House while I was painted, you know, in a rainbow fashion. Or you gonna go to court, you know what I'm saying, and get your certificate. You ain't even gay, so to speak, hypothetically. You would go get a license just to support it, you know?
They lit up the Empire State Building too, in the rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, big rainbow dick in the middle of New York City.
Rainbow dildo.
Yeah, because the Empire State Building is a phallus symbol, pretty much.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
Yeah, gay bars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Independence Day, that's turned to a big old faggot frenzy, man. I can't say it ain't about America, because that is America. America's all about homosexuality at this point, man. Okay? They're breeding that. Okay? This country is going to shits. Okay? And that, you know where that starts from? Letting people do what they want, having no foundation. Okay?
This all from there. Go back to Isaiah. Okay. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not answered my mouth.
Yeah. Go ahead.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and the trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah, and Egypt is America. All right? There's many things our people do to trust in the shadows of Egypt. All right? Every law that's passed in America, if it ain't according to the Bible, you're not supposed to be with it. But here it is. Our people get the opportunity from the homosexual rights, the gay rights, to women's liberation. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that's ironic is that the men ain't stepping up and saying nothing, man. Okay? Y'all just sitting there and saying, you know, let them, if they gonna do that, let them do it, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
As long as they don't come by me.
Yeah, as long as they'll come by me with all that, you know what I'm saying? That's a coward's agenda, man. Like I said, yeah, your Martin Luther Kings, your Malcolm X's, they ain't